Hello my darlings and happy Wednesday. Sorry the story's a bit later than usual. I was outside soaking up the rays, getting a bit of a suntan. That's why I look a bit sweaty. I'm fine, just a little bit hot. Remember sun cream. Our story today is Sleeping Beauty. Girl who likes to sleep. In a faraway land, long ago, there lived a king and queen. They were very kind people and ran their kingdom with love and compassion. They loved each other very much and wanted a child with whom to share their love. One day, their wish came true. The queen gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. The birth of the princess filled their lives with so much sunshine, they decided to name the girl Aurora, which means dawn. King Stephen and his queen declared Princess Aurora's birthday a holiday. Everyone in the kingdom was invited to a splendid party to welcome the new baby. Guests came from all over the kingdom, from nearby lands and from faraway places. The most welcome guests were the three good fairies, Flora, Fauna and Merryweather. Not invited to the party, however, was the evil fairy, Maleficent. At the party, King Stephen promised King Hubert that Aurora would marry Hubert's son, Prince Philip. This would ensure that both children would marry royalty and that the two kingdoms would be safe. When it was time for presents, the three fairies wanted to give baby Aurora very special gifts. Each would take a turn casting her magic spell. Flora gave Aurora the gift of beauty. Fauna gave Aurora the gift of song. But just as Merryweather was about to give Aurora her gift, Maleficent burst into the room. There's baby. There's Aurora. The fairy giving her gift. Maleficent was very angry that she had not been invited to the party. She knew that people did not like her. She wanted to ruin the birthday party for Princess Aurora and make everyone in the kingdom unhappy. She decided to cast an evil spell on the baby. Before sundown on her 16th birthday, the princess will prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die. She knew that for the next 16 years the kingdom would live in fear. After her spell was cast, the evil fairy left. King Stephen and the Queen were terrified for their daughter. They couldn't bear the thought of anything bad happening to her. Flora, Fauna and Merryweather told King Stephen and the Queen not to worry. Merryweather still had her gift to give to Aurora, and although she could not reverse the evil spell, she could make it better. Merryweather thought and thought. Finally, she said that when Aurora pricked her finger, she would not die, but would fall into a deep sleep. Aurora will awaken, said Merryweather, with a tender kiss from her true love. To be safe, King Stephen ordered that every spinning wheel in the entire kingdom be burned. He did not want to take any chances that Aurora would prick her finger on a spindle. Every single spinning wheel that could be found was burned that day. Look, there's Maleficent, being evil and nasty. Not nice. The people of the kingdom still feared that something terrible would happen to Aurora as she grew up. The fairies had an idea. They told King Stephen and the Queen that they would hide Princess Aurora deep in the forest until her 16th birthday. They would raise the girl as their own. The three fairies would pretend to be peasant women and would not use their magic. They felt that using magic would attract too much attention and Maleficent would surely find them. The King and Queen agreed to the plan. They knew that they would miss their baby girl very much, but they also knew that this was the only way to keep Aurora safe. Maleficent was very powerful, and the good fairies would protect the child. Aurora's parents let the good fairies take the princess to an abandoned woodcutter's cottage in the forest. For 16 years, Flora, Fauna and Merryweather raised the princess as if she were their own daughter. They called her Briar Rose. Since they did not use magic in the house, Briar Rose did not know that her three loving caretakers were really fairies. She also did not know that she was a princess. She lived a humble life and enjoyed growing up among the flowers and animals of the forest. She grew to be a beautiful young woman. On her 16th birthday, the fairies wanted to throw Briar Rose a special party. They planned to make Briar Rose a dress and a special birthday cake, so they sent her into the woods to gather berries. In addition to being very beautiful, Briar Rose had a lovely singing voice. This was her gift from Fauna. As Briar Rose picked berries, the forest creatures came out to greet her. She sang to them and told them she had dreamed of meeting a handsome stranger. As she sang, her voice carried through the forest trees. Prince Philip, riding through the woods on his horse, Samson, heard the beautiful singing. He was enchanted by Briar Rose's voice. Samson began galloping through the trees to find the singer. He jumped too high and threw Prince Philip into a pond. As Prince Philip took off his cloak and boots to dry, the animals saw him. They guessed that this stranger must be the prince in Briar Rose's dreams. They stole his boots and cloak and led him right to Briar Rose. When the prince saw Briar Rose, he knew that she was the woman he had to marry. Briar Rose recognized the stranger as the handsome man from her dreams. She promised to meet him that night at the cottage. There he is, and there's Samson the horse. When Briar Rose returned to the cottage, Flora, Fauna and Merryweather surprised her with the cake and new dress. The fairies had decided that it would be all right to use their magic just this once to make the dress and cake as special as possible. Little did they know that Maleficent's evil pet raven was flying above the cottage at that exact moment. The raven knew what was going on immediately. It went back to tell Maleficent that the princess was still alive. Briar Rose excitedly told the fairies about the man she met in the woods. The fairies had to explain that she could not marry the stranger because she was really Princess Aurora. She was to marry Prince Philip. They were to return to the kingdom that day. Aurora was sad. At the castle, the fairies left the princess alone to rest. Maleficent appeared to Aurora and put her under a spell. Then the evil fairy made a spinning wheel appear. Aurora touched the spindle, and sure enough, she pricked her finger and instantly fell into a deep sleep. Oh no. To be sure that Aurora would not be kissed by her true love, Maleficent captured Prince Philip. She locked him in her dungeon, but Flora, Fauna and Merryweather managed to rescue Prince Philip and gave him special weapons to fight the evil of Maleficent. Prince Philip was challenged by the guards at Maleficent's castle, and then by a thick forest of thorns that Maleficent magically created around Princess Aurora's kingdom. He chopped his way through the thorns. He was almost there when Maleficent appeared and changed into a giant fiery dragon. Philip used his sword of truth to destroy the dragon and get to the princess. Princess Aurora was even more beautiful than the first time the prince met her in the forest. Prince Philip could not help but bend down and give her a kiss. Aurora awoke from her deep sleep. She could not believe that her true love from the forest was Prince Philip. They were quickly married and lived a long, happy life together. And there you go. Tomorrow our story goes somewhere hot, hot, hot. We're going to go with Aladdin to Agrabah. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you are doing. If it's bedtime, good night, sleep well. And if it's not, or you're watching it at another time, hi, hello, enjoy what you're doing. Goodbye, my darlings.